Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another review, and this is going to be another quick one because this is another earphone that I do not recommend. This is the TRN VX Pro. This is a 9-driver hybrid in-ear monitor with a metal shell, and they do a lot right here, but they get a little wrong. And the biggest problem for this one is the competition, and the tuning is definitely favoured for one particular demographic. So let's get into TRN box. You can see a nice little exploded diagram of what the earphones look like. On the back there's absolutely nothing, just telling you that you can get it in ocean blue or diamond silver. This is the ocean blue, I have the diamond silver. As always, this has been repackaged after the review just so that you can see what the unboxing is like, and I don't have to do unboxing reviews or unboxings. So earphones up the top here. In the bottom you have the instruction manuals, which is kind of pointless. Close that off. Absolutely bog generic case, but it's a good case. I like the case. It's metal, it's a good size, it's got some sort of weatherproofing around the outside of it, so very little to complain about with the case. It's also got that soft touch fabric on the inside to keep your earphones from rattling about. This cable is trash. This is as bad as a cable can get, and you know why it's as bad as a cable can get? It's because it comes from the KZ factory. It's the same cable. It's a KZ. So our TRN, just another sub-brand of KZ CCA. I don't know, but it's probably made in the same factory. The only difference being here is that they throw in a metal right angle 3.5mm jack. And yeah, it's just trash. It's tangle. It tangles badly, performs badly, it sits badly on your chest, it's uncomfortable, it's just garbage, absolute garbage, which means that you're going to have to spend $30-40, maybe $20 if you want to go cheap, on an aftermarket cable, which takes you into the realm of some really stupendously good earphones. So instantly these earphones would have to sound absolutely mind-blowing good to make up for the increase in the cost, and then thus the increase in the competition that we'd be facing at that increased cost. You're talking about something like the Shure tape. I just talked about this in the last CCA CA24 review. This is the Shure tape. This is about $120, and it sounds fantastic. It sounds better than this, and it's got better cable, it's better build quality, etc, and it has interchangeable tuning filters. The rest of the box is quite nice. The packaging is actually okay. Quite similar to the other box I've got there is the i-Fi box, which is the box for this awesome little thing. If you've not watched the review for this, this is the i-Fi Blue DAP. Amp, sorry. It's a Bluetooth amplifier that allows you to go untethered from your phone. I've just put up a review of this 2 days ago, and this thing is changing the way I listen to music right now. Open the box, earphones up the top there, we'll pull it out and you'll get the accessories underneath. And this is another little bone that I have to pick with these earphones. You do get a 1/4-inch jack, which who's going to be listening to these earphones on a 1/4-inch system? Honestly, you get lots and lots and lots of little different types of ear tips. I've not opened all of these because I've got other TRNs that I've just used the ear tips from those. But the quality of them is pretty decent. It's definitely a step up from the trash you get in like a KZ earphone or something like that. These are more than acceptable, but you can see these little bags that they come in again are very similar to the bags that come with KZ earphones. I've not got one sitting about. Yes, I do. There you go. So probably out the same sort of factory or something like that. Anyway, throw all this back in there. Again, 1/4-inch jack with a set of IEMs. Give me a balanced adapter, please. Put that off to the side and we'll take a look at the earphones, which they look really cool in this chrome. They are really lightweight though for the metal, and I don't know if this is just really cheap chrome plating on it. I don't know how well this will hold up. And they're fairly sizey earphones. Now, in terms of ergonomics and build quality and design and stuff like that, I've not got an issue at all. It uses the QDC standard 2-pin connector, which I'm really coming around to now. You can already see it. I've polished these before this review started, and you can already see that it's starting to pick up a lot of fingerprints. That aside, the ergonomics on it are fantastic. It's not too deep of an earphone in terms of depth, so it sits very flush with your ear. It also has a medium depth insertion, so it sits in there very, very comfortably and locks in quite well. And yeah, it's not going to be for somebody with small ears, but medium ears, no problem with this at all. I think they're a very handsome looking set of earphones. I'd like to see TRN continue this sort of design. I think it is ergonomically excellent. I like these little indentations here, which make it very easy to grip onto them while putting them in and out of the ears. As I said, the ear tips were perfectly fine with these, and I found that I got an easy, good seal, good medium depth seal every time that I use them. Now, the issue sort of comes along when it's sound. This is, as I say, a 9 driver per side earphone, and it's not that the tuning is bad, it's just that the tuning is Eastern, let's say that. So those of you who have not been in this hobby for a long time probably wouldn't remember when you go back to old brainwaves. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. What was that company out of Singapore that used to they used to do the Hippo DACs or DAPs, and they had a line of earphones as well that were really tuned towards the Asian market. When I say Asian market, it was around about 2004, 2005. I was living in Japan, and I remember going to Akibara, and I was in a headphone shop, or I was in a multi-electronic shop, and then I went into this headphone floor. Basically the entire wall was all headphones, and I just spent like so much time. I was listening to Audio Technica and all those sorts of things, Fostex and stuff. But they had a selection of IEMs, and I remember picking them up, and I was plugging them into, at the time it was it would have been an iPod with a caps mod, a black cap mod on it, and maybe an external amplifier, probably one of those little Altoid tin amplifiers that I used to build. Anyway, I was playing about in there with all these different headphones, and I remember being like, where is the bass? And why is the treble so screechy? And it wasn't until a few years later that I'd realised that the sound in Asia is dictated by the types of music they listen to. The predominant genres of music in Asia are J-rock, J-pop, K-pop, K-rock, those sort of things that traditionally don't have those deep bass line impacts and stuff like that. You have to excuse those people working on the roof, so if you hear banging. There's that sort of difference in the type of music that people listen to, whereas in the West at that time, around about 2000 to 2010, rap, hip-hop, R&B and EDM music was absolutely huge. And this for me was, I was working in a club in Shinjuku that was, what was it? It was like industrial EDM and stuff like that. So I was looking for earphones that would accentuate that sort of presence that I get in the club, the real slam, and I just couldn't find anything that was tuned the way that I really wanted it. I had to listen to a lot of earphones before I found something suitable. I think I ended up settling on a set of Shure E2C or 215s, I can't remember. I had 210s, Shure 210s, that was it, because I had the E2Cs back in 2000. And I'm absolutely rambling here, so I hope you're enjoying story time. Anyway, that was the first experience I had of Asian tuning. And the reason they do that and they tune it that way is because the way that the genres, you know, the most popular genres, they're trying to fit the market, what's going to make that sort of music sound better. So in that sense, there's a lot of upper mid-range and upper treble and treble focus on these earphones. So much so that it's going to be probably too much for the Western market. That doesn't mean it is a bad earphone though. There is treble that is done bad, and I've since become a big fan of treble, especially like listening to these beautiful Kineras. The treble can be done right, yet still be in your face and be the predominant genre. You know, in the West we have a tendency to have bassy headphones. In the East they can have trebly headphones, and that's what I would consider these trebly headphones. They do have some sort of semblance of a. I'm just going to go over and look at my notes on this one. VX Pros. Yeah, they do have a semblance of bass on this one, and that comes from the carbon nanotube. Carbon nanotubes are something that I do believe in, makes a good driver, and we've seen that with the Carbo Bassos and stuff like that, that the carbon nanotubes can create some really good sound. And the bass is punchy and it's tight and it's articulate, but the real emphasis overall is on that treble. The other thing that is kind of puzzling on this one, and I want to bring this up, because there's an earphone that I consistently bash. You ever seen the Mezzi Rai Pentas? It's pretty much they've stolen or like straight up jacked the Mezzi Rai Penta design. I don't rate these earphones, but the Mezzi Rai Penta is definitely one of the more comfortable designs, so that was another good choice for them. Other than that, like, do I think it is something that I can recommend? No, I don't, and that's why this review is going to be short. It is, if you're into J-rock, pop and stuff like that, like, yes, you could go ahead and get it. But if you're more into a varied sort of listening style, Western, maybe a little bit Eastern thrown in, blah, 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 may I present a couple of alternatives? You have the Moondrop Aria, which are just a fantastically tuned, in my mind, the best earphones that I've heard under $100 in terms of overall tuning. And then for about $100, the Theaudio Legacy 2, which has a beryllium driver and a few balanced armatures thrown on the inside of it. And one of the best tuning teams on the planet in terms of Theaudio. So if you consider these three alternatives that I give you, the Shure tape will throw in there as well. This one is about the same price. This is about $80-ish retail price. These are about $90 retail price. These are about $100, and these are about $110-ish. If you consider that all in, and you consider how bad this cable is, you're going to need to spend $20, $30 on a cable. Let's say $20 on the cheap side. $20 brings this up to $110. This already comes with a good cable. It's probably better tuned for you. This is definitely better tuned for most people's music. It comes with a better cable, not a great cable, but with a better cable. And then you have this, which sounds absolutely fantastic, and again comes with a good cable, comes with a good Shure cable. So I think when you consider that the tuning is so niche for the sort of audience that I'm recommending to, in combination with the need to go and spend some extra money to get a decent up to standard cable, I just don't see any way of recommending this earphone for people. It's a shame, but then even then there's some better earphones that I would listen to chi-fi music on, some of like the Tin Hi-Fi T2s, T3s and stuff, which are a little bit cheaper again. And I think, you know, offer something a little bit more versatile than what this would be. Anyway, that's it for another review. Sorry I rambled on again there. I hope you like that little backstory for how long I've been into headphones and earphones and stuff. Lots of reviews coming up, as I say, lots and lots and lots of reviews. There's going to be a review every day, probably for the whole of November. I'm going to try and bang out as long as they come in and DHL doesn't screw me. Apart from that, yeah, we're still doing the giveaway, so subscribe for that. And as always, one of the most fun parts of this channel for me is if you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not, go ahead and subscribe. But if you are subscribed, leave a comment down below telling me how much you're looking to spend, what genres you listen to, and any other little details that you might think might be relevant. And I always like to try and give a recommendation for earphones based on what I would do. As I say, there's other sort of things coming up, like my combos. You know, this is the Mammoth with the Euphrosyne with the Dithonray. This is the Ibasso DX300 with the Skuld and the, you know, all the different combos. I'm going to do a few different combo videos, like my favorite combos and gear and stuff like that. So thank you for watching another video. I'm glad I kept this one under 20 minutes. Loving the support on the channel, loving interacting with you guys down in the comments. So thanks very much for that. And yeah, let's keep the channel growing and let's keep testing some more headphones. Catch you in the next one. Peace.